I think wealth to me is not monetary. It's more of the people that are surrounding me.
Hola, this is Alina, and we're here again at an interview with one woman that I admire a lot here in the Interviews with Women Who Market, and her name is Jennifer Biles. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about her because I want her to tell you more, and I want you to hear more about her story, which is quite remarkable. But the little things that I'm going to say to you is that I actually met Jennifer working. We both were working for organizations helping the community with their businesses. So she was a business consultant with the county, and I was a business consultant with a nonprofit. And that was 10 years ago. So I can't believe that we met that long.
Yeah.
And now she works for a Hillsborough Community College, and she works helping people that have daycares to coach them and train them. And she's going to tell us more about that. But that's just the quick intro. So again, thank you so much for being here. And we will start with the first section of this interview, which is called the resume. I am very interested about what people do because there are a whole bunch of different jobs, roles, careers. And so I just want to learn more about what you're doing right now. And if you could also share a little bit on how you ended up here, because maybe the path wasn't just straightforward. Maybe you did a few things here and there. So I want to know more about those things.
Okay. Well, you're right. My path was not a straight shot. I actually got my master's degree in early childhood, and I started out by starting my own childcare center, only like 3 days a week at my church. So I did that for a little bit when my kids were little. Then I ended up moving to Florida, worked at a childcare center, directing it, and then my path started curving. And I met someone, one of my friends worked at the Small Business Information Center, and they needed somebody like part-time. I was doing part-time as well at USF, coaching some teachers in early childhood. And so my path, like I said, took a little turn, and I went and worked for the Small Business Information Center, which what we did was help people with their businesses, help them start their businesses with the county. So I ended up staying there for 15 years. I learned how to navigate that system and how to help people and be a business consultant. Then it turned a little bit, and I decided I wanted to get out of that field, and I went into a healthcare company for some crazy reason. It was a startup company. It was my friend's company. I thought, oh, this would be, such a change for me. I did that. And since I knew small businesses, I saw the writing on the wall when they started getting too big too quick. And eventually they ended up shutting their doors after 3 years. So that led me on kind of full circle back around to early childhood, where I am now, helping. Again, I'm putting both the business and the early childhood together. So helping entrepreneurs start their businesses and grow their childcare businesses. Most people that go into that business, like a lot of others, know the industry, but they don't know the business side.
Okay.
So we do assessments. We have a grant through the Children's Board that lets us come into the directors and the owners, do a little assessment and coach them on basically whatever they need to be coached on. It's a really great, it's flexible. We can just morph to whatever they need.
That's awesome. That's so good that they have that program.
Yeah, no one else in the state has this program.
Wow.
And
That's
we are just
incredible.
one aspect of our program, because I'm the business aspect, and there's also um, a calm, maybe like a how to help teachers stay calm and calm children. That's our calm program. Then we also have a literacy part of it, and then we also have a classroom management part of it. So
Wow.
it's really
Very
phenomenal.
comprehensive.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, early childhood education, like, why do you even get excited about that in the first place? Was it because the flexibility of I have my kids and this is something that I could do, or you always had a passion for that?
I always had a passion for children,
Okay.
and I just like not so much little babies, but more of fours and fives and up. So I always worked in my church with children, and yeah, that was just my love.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's hold on that because in
Hmm.
another section, I think we're going to talk about that a little bit
Okay.
more. So I think this is the perfect segue for the next section, which is called Adam and Eve, because you kind of took us on a journey through your professional career. And this one more is on the personal side, where, as the name says it, is more about the relationship between men and women. And of course, like everybody sees our name, Women Who Market. So it's like, oh, this is just for women and like men are not welcome. And that's not the case. We welcome everybody. And actually, one of the things that we want to do is to kind of open up the conversation on it's not about women like let's just do everything or men let's just do everything. It's about learning from each other, seeing how we can collaborate better and like how can we all progress respecting everybody's behaviors and beliefs and communication styles and all that good stuff. So I'm really interested to learn about your experience with men and women and what have you learned from them.
Well, I would say my ultimate role model is my oldest sister. Um,
Mm.
and I've seen, she actually taught me when I was in high school.
Wow.
Yeah, she's old. I'm like 15 years younger than her, and but I've seen her throughout my life be just a strong person, have a great career. No matter what life throws her way, she perseveres. She's always encouraged me to be me, be myself. She's always been my main supporter, other than my mom, but
Oh,
my sister's still alive. So um, I have just seen her do amazing things because she's had a hard life. So
wow.
she's my favorite. Don't
Yeah.
tell my other sisters that.
How many sisters and brothers you
I have
have?
3 sisters and a brother.
Okay, this nobody's gonna see this.
Nobody's gonna know. Nah.
But it's nice to have like that close example of someone that even if they're going through trouble, like you can look up to and you can see kind of like okay, there is hope
Mm-hmm.
and I can follow their path. So that's really nice.
And I would say on the other side from her husband, who has passed away now, I saw him as this. He's kind of this strong man who worked on military engines
Mm-hmm.
and big machinery, but I saw a side of him who taught me that he's not, it doesn't have to be this macho man. He has a very sensitive side, lovable side that you wanted to be around.
Nice. So he didn't just because he was in the military or just because he was a man, then it's not like his way or the highway. He was
Right. No,
well, and
he
it makes
was,
sense because if your sister is a nice person, I'm sure that she picked him right.
yeah, she did. She gets the good ones. She's remarried and she has somebody almost just like him in a different way.
Oh, nice,
So,
nice.
yeah.
So I guess that's kind of like a big thing that you want to highlight, I guess, from men is more of like, hey, you guys can still do your thing, but also be open to having a relationship with women in a level that both parties
Yeah.
can do good things together.
Absolutely. And I would say throughout my career, I mean, I haven't had any male bosses. I'm trying to think. I haven't really had any. They've all been women.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that's why
That's
I've learned a lot more on that other side, good and bad, what to do and what not to do.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's good. I think I have had a mix of both men and women. But I think I've learned more from women, like they have been my bosses. So
me too.
interesting. Okay, so you work at HCC and you train and you are a super amazing consultant. So I'm going to test your knowledge. This section is called the dictionary. In my opinion, there are like three concepts, which is health, love, and wealth, that at some point in our lives, depending on what we have achieved, like we're seeking these things. But those three concepts are huge. And I don't think maybe the media communicates the right meaning, and maybe they just give us a perception of what love should be, or what wealth should be, or what health should be. So I'm very intrigued in just learning about everybody's definition about these words. So if you just quickly can tell me what those three things mean to you.
Well, I think they are big, but I think they all kind of weave together as well. Because I consider health as it's a whole picture. It's not just what I'm eating. It's, are you sleeping? It's, how's your mind? Are you taking time out for you? It's a kind of combination of everything, not just if you feel good or not. It's more of a combination of everything. And I think wealth, to me, is not monetary.
Okay.
It's more of the people that are surrounding me. My wealth, I am full with Jeanette and Arturo and my kids and my grandbaby and my family and my friends. We've just built this close community. And that goes along with health too, because if you don't have those people in your life, then it can be isolating. And I think that can affect you as well. And I guess that love is right in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
It's just, it glues it all together. And I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head, but that's just kind of how I see it, because love is having those people around you. So It's not about, for me, it's not about material. It's just about, that's why now let's take trips. Let's experience. Let's,
visit. You visit a lot of family and a lot of friends.
Go see my family. Yep. Take care of my grandbaby when I can. So It's more about the people and all those aspects, even the health, because I work out, but I like to go work out with my people, not by myself. I mean, I might take a walk here and there, but I'd rather do it with people any day.
Yeah, you are a people's person. And for anybody that has a chance to meet her, like, she's just, whenever we get together, she's so much fun. So like, I have a great time with you. And it's very interesting about what you said about that your wealth is more about like your people and just being with them. And actually that reminded me something. I like to write and like just write things and think about it. And at one point, actually, when I was doing business consulting, that is all about, okay, what is your net worth and like your financials and this and that. And one random day, I was like just thinking about it, especially my experience in Tampa, because I went there for work. I moved there for work, but I didn't know anyone, nobody. And as you have seen throughout the years that we celebrate my birthday, like the community like keeps growing and growing and growing. And I was like, you know what? I think like my net worth, I think are my friends. Like this is like the most proud possession, I guess. And it's not a possession, but it's like just to say that I can call somebody whenever I need help, or just to say that they're willing to give up their time to come and enjoy some time with me. To me, I agree with you. To me, that's being rich.
Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah.
We're pretty awesome. Rich.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so now we are going to a section that I love, and it's called The Gift. Here is where maybe we talk a little bit about your love for kids, but maybe not. We'll see. So let me tell you a little bit about this. I truly believe that every human being, regardless of any type of either physical limitations or social limitations, doesn't matter. Every single human being, I think God puts us in this world with a purpose, with a goal, and He gave us a gift, a talent, a skill, something that if we find it, that if we see it and we accept it and we start using it to fulfill our purpose, like that, it will be like a very meaningful life. But sometimes, I don't know, a kid could see somebody playing soccer and they're like, oh my God, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And like they get it really quickly. Or it's like me, that it takes us forever to figure out what the heck we want to do and what's our purpose. So I'm just curious about you. You did mention that since a very early age, you just fell in love with kids, but do you think that's your gift? Do you think that you have found your gift? Or what's your opinion about all this concept?
Well, I believe that my gift is more of now where I am is more of teaching adults how to teach children. So it's more on the adult side. I see my gift as, because I do a lot of training and a lot of workshops. Right now, my big workshop that I'm doing is team building. And I think that is part of my gift because I am the one in our organization that plans our happy hours, that plans our get together. I'm the one that knows everyone and tries to make everybody come together because we can our team can kind of be in some silos. Because all in our organization, there's probably 23 people.
Okay.
And some of us are housed in one location. Some of us are housed in the other. So I'm mostly the main one that goes back and forth just because I like people. So my gift is more of, I think it is bringing people together for a purpose. That's what I've seen as I got older, but I don't know. I've kind of always done that.
Yeah.
Growing up and as I'm old now.
No, you're not. But you know what I really like about what you just said? Bringing people together for a purpose. Mm-hmm. Like that part at the end for a purpose. It's that. It's like, if I'm going to put the energy into doing whatever it is, it has to have a purpose. It has to be productive. And honestly, that's not an easy thing to do. And I do think that is a very commendable gift, I would say. So speaking about gifts, I think you got something in the mail.
I did. Got a little notepad. It says, leave me alone.
Awesome. The reason why I sent you this, not because of the title of the little book. I think I sent you and Jeanette two, and then you guys, I don't know how was the...
I think I just took one.
There you go. And by the way, if you haven't seen Jeanette's interview, it's in the channel. I can add the link so that you can watch it.
Okay.
It's very, very cool. But the reason why I love to give notebooks, journals, gratitude journals, anything that has to do with writing is because for me, it has helped me a lot. It's a way to kind of quiet my mind sometimes and just write things down, what I'm grateful for, or what's happening, or just random things. And I think there's a practice that, especially now with technology, I think we shouldn't stop writing things down. Agreed. So that's why I decided to send you that.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now to the last section, which is one of my favorites, which is called Luck or Destiny. We're going to play a little game to see if it's luck or destiny for you to share something else with us. Here's the game. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So it's luck or destiny because there are different questions. some of them are, no, actually all of them are kind of easy. But it's just to see what destiny or luck wants you to tell us.
Okay.
So you see here different pictures, and the question is, what mood do you choose? And that will have the question.
B.
B. All right, let's see what it's B. What book do you recommend?
I recommend, one of my favorite books is Untamed.
Okay.
By Glennon Doyle.
Okay.
It's a very, have you read it?
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh. It's an empowering book for women, for sure. She's an excellent writer. She is married to former soccer player Abby.
Okay.
They used to live in Fort Lauderdale, or they used to in Naples. Now they think they're in California. But this book, Untamed, is written in a way I can't even explain it, but you got to read it.
We got to read it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. That's now that I'm planning a trip, a vacation, maybe that's the book that I have to read.
Mm-hmm. You won't be disappointed. You will love it. I'm surprised you haven't read it.
No. Well, I used to read more than I do now.
Me too.
But now I'm looking forward for vacation and just to have some time to read. Awesome. Well, Jennifer, it has been a pleasure seeing you, connecting with you, learning more about you. I didn't know about your sister. I actually didn't know all the story behind your profession. So although we've been friends for 10 years, I still learn things from you. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And we'll see you soon. So thank you, everybody, for seeing us. And we'll see you in the next interview.